Chandrayaan-2, India's mission to the moon, will be entering the lunar orbit at 9:30 a.m. today, which is just about now. The Indian Space Research Organization confirmed that Chandrayaan-2 is on course to land on the lunar South Pole region on September the 7th. The spacecraft will be the first Indian expedition to attempt a soft landing on the lunar surface. This mission will make India the fourth country after the US, Russia and China to carry out a soft landing on the moon. Chandrayaan-2 on Wednesday successfully entered the lunar transfer trajectory after its orbit was raised further. My colleague Shreya Chatterjee joining us live on the broadcast at the moment. Shreya, it was 9:30 a.m. which was the scheduled time for Chandrayaan-2 to enter into the moon's orbit. What's the update that you have for us?
Well, we're moments away from a very historical day as we probably wait for the update from ISRO of Chandrayaan-2 entering the orbit of the moon. As we've been telling our viewers, it was July 22nd when from Sriharikota, Chandrayaan-2 was launched at a velocity of around 39,240 kilometers, which is 3 times the velocity of that of the speed of sound. Now, also for the benefit of our viewers to understand how tricky this mission is, remember we will be doing a soft launching on the moon, and that is why the speed becomes extremely significant, because if the speed is any higher, it might end up the Chandrayaan-2 get lost in space. But if we match the velocity correctly, there will be a soft landing on the moon by the Chandrayaan-2 actually entering the orbit of the moon. And as you rightly pointed out, the time was mentioned to be around 9:30 a.m., which is right now. So any moment we will be getting that update from ISRO at 11, I think, if I'm not mistaken. There is a press conference that is also scheduled, which will be addressed by Dr. K. Sivan of the ISRO, and we're just probably minutes away from unearthing the fact that we've made history. So right now all eyes on the update from ISRO, and hopefully Chandrayaan-2 has already made a successful entry into the orbit
so
of the moon.
official word is awaited at the moment. But 9:30 a.m. IST, that is about 7 to 8 minutes ago, is as per ISRO, the designated time for Chandrayaan-2 to have in fact entered into the orbit of the moon. What happens, Shreya, after this? We're given to understand that September the 7th is the date that has in fact been slated for that landing, wherein of course the rover will extract itself and now descend to the surface of the moon. The south pole of the moon is where that soft landing is going to take place. Break it down for our viewers. Assuming that the 9:30 a.m. mission has been successful, we will of course have confirmation from ISRO in just a bit. What happens now?
Well, as I was just saying, that this is a soft launching that we will probably achieve. And once it soft launches, the satellite will probably take a round around the moon, and we will be getting a better understanding about the surface, the structure, and every other detail that probably the scientists are also achieving to probably gain from. So what's the concern probably of the scientists is the velocity, because remember the gravity needs to pull the satellite to its orbit, and only then from the rover we will be seeing it move to the surface forward, as we had very well also earlier demonstrated the whole thing to our viewers. Clearly, this is one of the most tricky projects that has costed India over 1,000 crore. And as I already mentioned, any moment from now we will be getting that official update at 11 a.m. Likely we will also be seeing an official press conference being done by the ISRO.
All right, so 11 a.m. is that special press conference. We will, of course, be standing by for any update coming in from ISRO at the moment. But, Shreya, let's just look at the macro picture beyond, of course, the science and tech implications of this. India really asserting its position as, a global power at the moment with this exemplary feat that's been achieved. We do know that our space program is among the most cost-effective, the cheapest in the world, and yet, India today joins the ranks of the likes of China, Russia, and the US. We have, in no uncertain terms, created history.
Well, absolutely. It's a historical day. There's no term not agreeing to it, because as you rightly pointed out, our space program is very cost effective, and even though it's something that we're right now achieving and standing at a point that we are a global superpower, we've always probably made it established that when it comes to space and research, we're no way back, and that is exactly what Chandrayaan 2 is also all set to achieve. So probably once the official word is out, we can actually celebrate a very historical day in our country where the Chandrayaan 2 will be successfully orbiting the moon.
All right, it is of course a day to be celebrated. What are we likely, Shreya, to see happen through the course of the day today? 11 a.m. is that press conference. Hopefully before that we will have a word in, from ISRO on what exactly did happen about 12 minutes ago now. What's the rest of the day looking like, and how crucial is this last leg, Shreya, of Chandrayaan 2 before the September the 7th landing?
Well, this is probably that final culmination of the whole project that we saw all this while, from the start of the launch till it leaving behind. We saw those pictures that it also sent off the Earth. So remember, this is the culmination of the project that has taken so much, because the scientists there, we saw them celebrating on the day of the launch, and definitely it's about the kind of toil that they put through. There was a technical glitch, and even though it was just a week that they took to probably resolve the whole issue and get it on time, and we saw that launch happen in Sriharikota on the July 22nd. So given that situation, Rishika, it's an extremely significant moment to be proud about. And what we also do expect is there could be a demonstration of what exactly is happening, what will be happening once the rover is out there in the orbit of the moon. So that will probably be addressed by ISRO. So that is what we are expecting right now, and probably waiting for that official word to come out.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.